All right. How's it going, everybody? Everybody can see me and hear me. Most people that are going to be catching this is going to be a recorded webinar for you, but just bear with me here. Give me a couple minutes here and we'll get going. Great coffee, great cup from a student, a successful student. It's nice when people become successful, how much they appreciate and show you their gratitude. Educate, lead, instruct, motivate, encourage, yada, yada. All right, guys, let's get on with this presentation, okay? Let's go for it. Here, let's get started. Hope everybody's all good and ready to go. So let's talk a little bit about the future spread intro. For most of you people that have experience already in future spread trading, that's a good plus because you don't have to understand contracts, tick size, margins, and things like that. You've already been day trading, most likely coming from equity markets, and then maybe started inquiring about safer ways to trade. You started researching potentially options in futures, and then started hearing the word spreads and stuff like that. And one way or another, you ended up in this business just like I did, in this little department of future spread trading, just like I did. So today's main topic is about what I do, what I teach people, but it doesn't limit the way that I have my charts set up, the way I use my Forte Edge charting and workspaces with our users. That once you get good with what we do as our subscribers, it cannot be used for different markets. So for example, our setups, my workspaces are good to use in outright futures, Forex, equities, whether it's options or stocks, and of course future spread. So today I'm going to emphasize a little bit introduction to you guys that are here to understand what is a future spread. It's not really the option because the word spread is used widely in the option space, and so, but it's kind of like close to there, but it's not using any of that. So let me give you a little bit about myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Peter Caverini. I'm the founder and trainer here at ForteTrader. And basically, my trading began in 2010. There we go. Where is it at, guys? Bear with me. Since 2010, I've been trading. First 5 years sucked. First 5 years sucked completely. And I did all those other list of trading, all those other type of tradings. I've been around the block a long time. But since 2016, I've been producing consistent returns on my own account. On my own account, I started very small, very safely. Once I understood future spreads, first I started with seasonals, and we'll talk about that. 26 to 40% was a common result for me every year on my trading account. But with the last couple of years, my performance has peaked. I've learned a lot from other subscribers. We've put things together. We're a system and a trading group built by traders for traders. That's a motto that I coined years ago. Hedge funds somehow like to use a lot of my coined words now. But I have that entrepreneur spirit, and I love to help others. I always wanted to do that since I was a kid, whether I was doing anything within science and history and back into servicing in law firms and whatever it is. When I got good at something, people know me. I'm always willing to help. And so I knew that once I had a sustainable system that worked with trading, one of the places I'd put myself when I semi-retire into my home away from full-time work is to teach other people and then do it with passion because I can do it consistently. You've probably seen me, found me on through bar chart. I also commentate there. I commentate on Inside Futures. And this is some of my tracking returns that I'm doing now on a fund seeder to prove, that I do have, by using third-party verifications, my results. And also, in the future, I'm planning on myself. The plan is to join the 2021 World Cup Championship. That is my plan. The time is moving very fast, and because I'm also still doing building here with the team and building new enrollees, I don't know how it's going to be managed, but maybe even if I join a little later in the year, I can catch up and most likely win. Not trying to brag, it's just I'm very confident in my system, and but I'm planning on doing that. So most of you guys that are here maybe are perhaps just like myself, just like most people, futures systemic and trading has driven you nuts and in circles. Most of the time when you get good enough, there's this like plateau where most people are breaking even. And to them, breaking even starts becoming like a part of life because it's so that you start feeling like, man, it's better than losing. Most people lose. They say the statistic is most people lose, and at least I'm breaking even. You start coming to these terms, but you're killing a lot of time, And what it is you've come to a point probably where you have some kind of edge. And and I'm not going to get into money management and mentor people on that. But maybe if it's not that, sometime what it is just something fine-tuned, or it's the market you're playing with is, not set to your personality, right? Because sometimes it's the personality too, right? That is not maybe connecting and working. So by implementing some type of future spread training and teaching you this, it can help you discover different methods. And then by also using our charts, things like that, we can help you find that. But this is very normal for most traders. And you find yourself in this thing, like this beautiful thing, the opportunity where you can make money, remotely or without a job or whatever. But you get these issues with the going around and around in circles. And so let me move myself back over here. Hopefully I don't have to keep moving myself around, guys. And in the meantime, let me quickly, guys, put up that risk disclosure. Make sure you read that or copy that or whatever. I have to do that by law. And we'll get started here again. Okay, so we're gonna have fun with this because, when I first started, it was tough. And even I was timid to talk with you guys and things like that. But it's been some years now and we're doing really good. We're making some good progress. And I'm confident to say with our trader success, this is the best time ever. It just keeps getting better and better and better to be part of our group, or at least watch what I have to say and go figure it out on your own. No pressure. Nothing has asking of you personally. And trust me, you will take away something out of this meeting. At least you'll understand better what future spreads are. So future spreads, to most professional firms, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. Okay, most professional firms, institutions, this is how they trade your portfolios. For example, people think that if a big firm is like buying Apple for the portfolio for their clients, that they're only on Apple for one reason, if they think it's speculating in the direction. But 90 something plus percent of the time they're not. They're also hedged somewhere else. And it could be with a synthetic option strategy, or it can be with, for example, a lot of you guys that may have tried options, you say, well, there's like a 300,000 options on this option table, and only 100,000 on the put side versus the call side is 3 to 1. So maybe I buy a call, and it never works, and you wonder why. It's because those guys, those big money, know that you see that information. They're most likely synthetically positioned there because maybe they're really short Apple, and so they're not really buying calls with the intention of it going up. And so there's things like this, but this is called like a relative trading. Okay, a lot of things is buying something when you think it's cheap compared to something else and stuff like that. And so future spread trading is similar to this, and it's being done at the same time concurrently. And I'll give you some examples of different kinds of ways that you can do that. Okay, but basically a spread is defined as a purchase or buy of one or more futures or commodity contracts and a simultaneous sell of the same number of a relative contract. Okay, the exchanges have certain kinds of rules and methods to work this out as an official spread. In order, of course, you can trade anything you think is relatively similar in your own mind, right? But there might be different cost bases to do it based on what the exchange defines as an actual relative trade. So it's a risk management strategy. Okay, people use to hedge, professionals use to hedge, professional traders use as a risk management strategy. It limits and offsets the probability of losing a lot of money really quickly, and it helps. I've seen again myself too, longevity of myself in the business because of being able to have a lot of my portfolio most of the time diversified via relative trading. Okay, so some of the strategies that you could implement in that, the names of them is the most common one is called the intra-market spread. This is what they call also a calendar spread. Okay, so all it is basically is a simultaneous long future of one kind in 1 month, for example, cattle December, and then at the same time, selling cattle in February. It's the same product, different month. It's a calendar spread. It's a futures contract. It's not an option. You're buying one future, you're selling another one in a different month to offset. Okay? Another one could be called intermarket spreads. Intermarket spread is again simultaneous long futures of a one kind and short related futures of another kind. An intermarket spread can be like, for example, cattle now versus a hog. It's in the meat, or let's say in the metal. Let's go in the metals. Long gold, short silver. And usually you could tend and do this in the same months. For the last 6 weeks, our team is killing it right now in wheat versus corn spread. Okay, and we put on these spreads on a very high-tech professional platforms that we get for free from the broker that normally cost money. And we put on these synthetic amazing spreads. We can see where all the professionals are, and we trade wheat versus corn simultaneously because they're a like product, and we trade them right now currently as this webinar is going on in the month of December. And we're doing fantastic. So anyway, there's also inter-exchange spreads, guys. In this case, like for example, it can be Kansas City wheat versus Chicago wheat, and so we can hedge opportunities like that. And believe me, there is some good trends in these markets. Amazing. The institutional hedge spread is kind of what I was describing to you guys, just so you know it exists. For example, I gave you with the option trade where you saw a lot of calls on Apple, you thinking maybe everybody is going long, and it still doesn't, because maybe Institute is really short the stock and they're hedging their position by buying options. And because I know you can see that, it's really a synthetic hedge, and a lot of people lose money that way because they think it's easy to just grab a platform, look at this information, and just take a trade off and stuff like that. So it doesn't work like that. Professional trading firms, they trade spreads. They do not tell their clients about them. They don't have to, right? But this is an example of what I was trying to give you guys. A lot of this information you cannot find online. Of course, I'm one of the main guys in the last few years that talks about it. There's a couple old school guys out there. Lately, a lot of hedge funds been following even my path. And that's, not just my path, but also my trademark names and everything. Spread them, everything I create. I coined this market since 2016. There was only a couple of guys out there really good at doing this. Now it seems like you're going to hear a lot more. But at the time I made this, guys were like 10, 20, 30 years. Nobody was, we have arbitrage members in our group that were trading back in 60s and 70s. And they said, this stuff was always secret till recently. So anyway, it's a good approach, guys, to add to your portfolio. And when you learn it, trust me, it opens up your eyes to many different kind of trading you can go back and do also with our charts, with our special workspaces we call the Forte's Edge bread and butter strategy workspace we use in a trading view chart environment. You can really literally use it for your old kind of trading you used to do in Forex and things like that. But back to the point, let's talk about some of the benefits here of trading spreads. So intermarket spreads, okay, they offer a great return on investment, and it's possible with outright futures because you can post far less margin to the potential same amount of return. This is not always possible. It can happen most of the time. This is most likely 99% possible because the fact that the exchange sees that you are trading two same like products of a sort, your margins will be super discounted. So also the return you're going to get out of the margin you put up is better capital efficiency, so you can gain a substantial amount of good profit. So as you see here, it requires 20 to 95% less margin needed for the outright contracts on futures contracts. Okay, so this is why when outright, it makes a strong move. We might not get the biggest reward, but 8 to 9 out of 10, we are in safer positions, and we can still profit when outrights are losing positions. And trust me, there's no doubt about that. So spreads, they trend often. Now outrights like equities and stuff like that, they can get very erratic. It's very hard to stay on a trend, right? They say, hey, really how many percent of the time the markets like S&P and NQ really trend, and it's true. With the recent volatility, you got to get lucky, and most people don't catch the whole trend. In hindsight, they see a big move and they go, I wish I jumped in that. Because they know that over time it just doesn't do. With spreads, they trend about 66+% of the time, which is equivalent to Forex trends or more. I think personally myself, observing Forex market and coaching some people in Forex, because they've asked me to step in and help them with some technical trading, I think that even spreads are way better trenders than Forex, in my opinion. Okay. Seasonal trading, it kind of is a core trading system with spread traders. I personally started with that. I can tell you right now that it's not always the same. Seasonality changes very quickly now these days with the emerging markets, with weather, with politics and things like that. It sometimes is a 4 to 7 window, and so leaning on seasonality all the time is not necessarily true, but for generally it is. It definitely is because, you have, in the winter months, for example, less energy products being used, okay, versus during the summer where people travel, or, gold may go up a little bit right after the summer, getting ready for winter, because why? A lot of gifts go around and a lot of people buying diamonds or gold and things like this for that, or hedging that against now even different things. So, but as far as seasonality concerned, now you have crops too, right? Old crop, new crop, and things like this. So people trade that. Be aware that they're a player in the market. And also they don't decay, right? Unlike options, options do decay. Now I like options. I also am a player of options. I do equity options. I like long deltas. Like I said, we do a lot of different things here, but our core is future spread. It gets everybody becoming like very professional, and then we can go back and lean on to some of the old stuff we like to do. So being that after getting very good at this, I went back and I like to do equity options, long deltas. I do on like my wife's 401k on one of my other smaller accounts, and make killer money, home runs, every 4 weeks. Okay, but see, spreads here, they do not expire because it's a future contract. Future contracts expire, but they don't decay. Is my word, is my what I meant to say. Sorry. So they don't decay, right? We all know that options decay, and that's why even when I do my options, I buy very long period of time. Well, the thing is with futures is they're very expensive. One, two, you might not find any liquidity, which is volume. You might not find it like an Apple option. You go and buy an Apple option. There's thousands of people at each strike price. You're maybe not going to find that in most commodities. Okay, so doing the spread trade is going to be a very good advantage here for us. I think a couple other advantages we have here, excuse me, is so again, they allow us to take far less risk because we're putting up less money. They have a thing called a span margin, that the brokers give us. I'll show you some examples here in a little bit. And depending on your broker, which ours for sure, you can enter and exit these spreads using an actual spread order, an actual price ladder. That's the actual spread itself. And we build them. We can build synthetic versions of them, or we have exchange recognized ones in our platforms. We put them all together. We help you, show you all this workspace, how to do all that. And if you're in our team, of course. And you can put these spreads on just like you were trading an outright futures. So you can set stops on the depth of market depending on what your strategy is. If it's a technical strategy, so on a swing high or low from an entry, or if it's we're using one of our rules, like it fires a trend directional change with one of our algorithms or one of our indicators that fire like an algorithm, then you can even get an alert to your phone if you're swing trading, and you can switch your position around or exit. Okay, so you can have it stops, or if you're swing trading spreads, you can kind of have a mental stop. Most of the time you're going to be pretty safe. Okay, you're not going to wake up to a catastrophe. Okay, and so with that you can use, which is what we do, directional bias on the spread. We chart it, and just like anything else, we look at levels and we look for directions, and we trade direction with the spread. But we also reduce a lot of the volatility because it's two contract, and so that's another reason they tend to trend really well. Okay, overnight margins you don't have to worry about because the span margin carries 24/7. So it's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Here's an example of a trade we just did this last week. This is the most updated webinar, guys. If you're watching this, this is November 1st, the day after Halloween, and this was on Friday. We took a trade here short on wheat and corn, and let me move myself here again, guys. Sorry. And for at the open, pretty much right before the open, using our strategy here, our bread and butter strategy that we've coined in this business, in the spread market. This is our proprietary charting at ForteTrader. We took this short and took 7 points off this market. It's $50 a point per contract. And so this is wheat versus corn, basically a 30% gain on our money. And that was per contract. So, some people, we have that trade 3, 4, 5 of these. It's a nice daily pay. Within an hour or so, you make, your $1,500 or $2,000, and you're done for the day. So here at the top left corner, you have wheat. Currently is the span margin is a regular margin for that is $1,100, and the corn is $688. So it's almost $2,000 margin to trade them individually. And here you can see in the bottom, we have our total span of $893. So about a few weeks ago, this thing was even costing more money to trade because the volatility came down a little bit on it. Wheat was on a big rally. Now it's kind of smoothed out a little bit quieter. Now it's $893, and you can trade these simultaneously for pretty cheap. Here's an example back in a couple years back, but I never changed it because this happens over and over and over and over again, and this was a great example that we took on live cattle calendar spread. And basically on this one, we took it short, and on July 9th, we sold the spread at minus 2.5. The total margin only cost us $660. And on October 9th, the spread was worth, we collected $1,000. Just close to about $1,000. I remember that spread. Now, if you look at on the top left, what the margin is now as of this week per cattle contract, it's $1,800. And you see here at the bottom right, the combined cattle, ignore the top left here where it says cattle hog. I just didn't change the name, but within here, I used the official CME Mercantile Exchange margin tool, and that's $770 would have cost just if you did it this last week. Okay, to trade a calendar spread on cattle, it's very cheap. You can hold it overnight, hold it as long as you need for weeks. And also, I teach people how to download this. I think I have a video somewhere too on YouTube that shows how to download this. A little bit of a process to do this. Download this tool. First, you got to sign up at CME. It's a couple of different things you got to do, and then from there you can have it. There's 5 different ways spreads make money too, so it's very forgiving. This is thus probably another reason why they trend more. So basically, if you were the long contract and short contract here, I'm going to give you an example. And 5 different ways a spread can go your way. If your long contract rises faster than your shorter contract, obviously, that's a pretty much a no-brainer. You're in a winning situation. If the long contract rises faster and the short contract remains flat, you're still in a profit. And this is assuming here if you guys were long. If the long contract remains flat, it does nothing, right? But the short contract falls, you're still making money now, right? And also, if your long contract falls, but it falls slower than the short contract, so you were kind of wrong, but see, the short contract is falling faster, you're still in a profit. Obviously here, if these just commonly rises and falls, then you can the long contract rise, short contract falls, whatever, tremendously. Now you're going to make substantial. There's one way you can lose, and you can lose bad, is if both your positions completely go the opposite way. And that's about it. Depth of market. So this was a January depth of market here on crude oil, and followed by a February contract on crude oil. The next table here is showing you all the volume on crude oil on the combined calendar spread, January, February. So as you can see, there's a ton of players in this market, in this space. Now, not all spreads are created equal. Not all spreads are big like this. But actually, we have a way we can build with the professional tools that we use. We have a way we can show you how to build synthetic spreads. And you can actually find a lot of different spreads that do have it, but not every spread does. It's not going to be in the thousands. But just take crude oil, for example. Why the professionals are here trading these in the thousands on a calendar versus the outright. So, I mean, this is just, it's almost like no-brainers, guys. Let's go to the next deal here. Let's go ahead and review, guys. Go ahead and review again a lot of the benefits here of trading spreads. Generally, you're going to have less risk. Margins are reduced tremendously. You have greater chances of success. You can use seasonality trades. You can have more confidence in seasonal approach. Spreads trend a lot more than the outright futures do. They have lower volatility. You can get more positions, depending on your money management and things like that. I'm going to leave that up to you. No stop running. Lately, I see stop running happening. There's a lot more hedge funds coming into this game and trying to run algos and things like this, but still overall, you can hold positions longer, have mental stop, because a lot of these spreads are very forgiving too. They're very mean reverting. So They require less liquidity to trade them, less slippage, because if you're not legging in, you're creating an actual synthetic spread like how we do. And so it's the best use of your capital as well because of the span margin and things like this. So of course we talked about the fact that they also don't decay. So I mean, this is just many reasons to consider future spreads. Boom. Keep it simple, stupid. Now, what do I mean about keep it simple, stupid? Why did I put this up here? Professionals use a lot of technical jargon, and I try to limit that. I've learned this thing years ago. I figured out what's important. I've taken out things that they are essentially important, but the grammar is not necessary. It's kind of like, I hate to use the example of our modern president. He uses basic words so people can basically understand. He doesn't use legislative words because people will just not be interested. And it's a way that one, keeps people more entertained, or two, it keeps you average folks like us, retail traders, knowledgeable about the situation, that all that we need to know to make a trade. Not getting all fancy smancy. I see these guys in these forums, or I get occasionally these people coming into the group asking me all these crazy, like 7, 8 exotic, spreads, and they want to do this and they want to do that, and they want to arbitrage against different countries. Then go and do it. We have a simple way here we can make money. Simple, simple. And the more simple we keep in, the less jargon we keep out. I teach people how to use the professional tools, put them together like a kid so that a kid can do it, and trade professional trading method like a child. And so that's why I like to say that. Anyway, you guys probably wondering, what Peter's going to offer me next. This is a sales thing. It always is. I create value to people, and I deliver value to people. And I know I do that, again, because a lot of hedge funds now copy what I coined. I'm going to go ahead and just play this up here, guys, and you can, come back if you want to, think about it, and that's fine. I'm going to tell you guys what you get if you join me today. My video series is lifetime. Okay, I have a video series. I teach you guys everything from the basics like a baby. I walk you through it and teach you what spreads are, who the players are, the basics. Then we get into seasonals. I show you what platform, what softwares you can use to learn how to put seasonal spreads together, and then get a little bit more advanced. Having a plan of action is important. I give you a plan of action up front. I give you a list of contact names, setting up your brokerages, and things like this, the platforms you're going to be using, having that action plan. Okay, tools, our bread and butter strategies. Okay, we use TradingView for technicals. I have a workspace I share with you. All of that stuff, non-expiry. Why? Our competitors charge some of the stuff more than what we charge, and they kick you out after 6 months. They kick you out after 3 months. They have a salesperson contact you and want another $2,000 from you. I don't believe in that kind of BS. I think that that's wrong, and the thing is, we're trying to deliver a message here. There is a cost to do business, but it shouldn't be on the hands or the head of your pocket. Okay? Your money should be being used to load into your trading account and start generating money from other people's money, take your money back, and then start just turning dollars that belong to everybody else anyway. That should be the thing, and it should be done cost effectively. So normally, people expire and get people out. We don't do that. It includes a private Discord group, okay? The inner circle, I call it. We work with you as much as possible here. We can talk to you in here. When we get back to you, there's other members in here. You get comfortable in here. If it's somebody's birthday, we share somebody's birthday in here. And we we just keep it real. It's small. Occasionally we have to remove people that cause rogue situations and or are just not following guideline. And that's because the fact that, again, we include that for a lifetime. We ask people to participate and help others because others are in a situation they need help too. And because the fact it's so effective, this stuff, we try to keep the group tight as a camaraderie. Okay. TradeStation is a company we partner with. So by signing up with us, it includes a partnership. I'll give you the details of the rebate too in a bit here. It includes TradeStation brokerage platform. Now, the platform that we use is called Future Plus. It's different from the regular platform, and it's created by this company called Trading Technologies. The version we use is the non-institute version. They have a $400 a month version. They have a $50 a month version, which is great. It does the job for what we need. It makes us money. Boom. We don't even pay for that. We get that for free. And when you're trading, most of you futures traders already know that when you're trading, it requires a bundle, a Chicago Mercantile to start to begin with, to trade most of the CME products, most of the future products that is famous and popular. Averages $30 a month for that bundle. You're going to get all that for free too. Okay? You're not going to be paying for that. That alone right there is $960 a year. So we're talking like $2,500 at least for a program, for mentorship, for a group, for knowledge, with lifetime updates to the videos. Videos update. When I learn something, I tell the group, hey guys, there's a new video in the course. It's regarding this. Check it out. Hey guys, I think there's a viable thing I learned from somebody else. There's a video. It's updated. It's in this section. So there's updates that get in there with time. I think now it's like over 8 hours. There's a bonus section for folks that want to get back into their forex trading or into their stock trading and stuff like that. After utilizing and getting good at this, using our workspace, you can get back at outright trading. You can take stabs at it. We're not saying stay away from those markets. I don't. I take stabs at everything. And anyway, our group, chat groups, free forever. Just participate. Be a good, team member. And the platform, free. Where else are you going to get that? Other people charge for platforms like this a lot of money, guys. And also the data, which normally comes out of your account. If you're at any other, I'm not going to say names, platforms, they're going to take that money every month out of your account. Or they're going to ask for a credit card. Trust me. Okay, and you guys that have experience, you know this. All of this stuff is 100% rebatable. If you go through TradeStation, whatever you're going to get from whatever we charge you today, it's a 100% rebate. It's going to sit, you get it immediately. It's going to sit in your account so that once you're done training and you're ready to take live trades, you're going to get just on the commissions they charge, you're going to get credits on that. A lot of people are very vague and don't explain this rebate and how it works. There's a code, and ForteTrader is a third-party educator there, and because you went through us, they honor that, and they also give you credits back on your statements for your cost of your education. You automatically qualify when you're putting through the apps. We have a representative over there that knows us. He runs everything for you, and it's already in the system. Okay, so all of that stuff, right? All of that stuff. It's ridiculous. Are you guys ready? That's like a couple of steak dinners. $597, lifetime, getting all of this stuff. And most likely you're going to have an opportunity to talk to me personally. I try to not promise that in here. At least I give 1 hour to each person. And I mean that's pretty damn amazing. All of our enrollments, guys, do come with I do charitable contribution, 10% off every member. Okay, we were charging $297 for years before this, and so now that was $30 for every membership. Now I decided, because it's costing more to do this business, I'm putting a lot of time on people, and it's very valuable information. I got traders making thousands of bucks. I'm doing the same thing. I just feel like it's only fair. But 10% goes to these charities that you see here, and we keep all the receipts, we keep all the transactions between all the clients that we have, and all of this stuff. So this is not a lie. We do this religiously, every client. Hey, don't take my word for it though. Check out all the reviews. I mean, these are people that have sent me emails. Bro, I'm up $1,500 on that trade. As of right now, seasonality is golden. I mean, read it for yourself. I'll analyze trades and I'll send out emails once a week. That's the same trade I analyzed yesterday, came up with the same results. I plan on putting it on Monday, my first live trade. I've learned so much about trading spreads by following you. Thanks. Hey Peter, I've been looking at your content for the past couple of weeks. You've got some great content. Love the transparency, willingness to share. Seems like most spread traders keep it close to the vest, but not you. That's damn right. Where were these guys? Don't forget again, spread them is Peter Caravert and ForteTrader, my creativity. Where were these guys years before I came around giving you all this cool stuff? They were keeping it to their vest. Okay, so Hey, that was an awesome email. I've learned a lot from you. I appreciate your time and knowledge. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate that. The good spirit, good people. ForteTrader is going to take off. You'll see. I know it will. And I appreciate the comments. And finally, from this gentleman, hi Peter, I've been trying to learn the Future platform. I've been using Tracy for about a year now. We want to learn spread. Can use some help putting on spread at Future Plus. Thanks. I like your method of teaching. I mean, let's see. Boom! Let's see again. Don't take my word for it though, guys. The charts that I help you build, the little bit of money, the little bit of base hits that our traders are making, these little base hits every day, 10-minute trades, $175. 10-minute trade, $226. Another gentleman here made $75 in 8 minutes. He sent this in our Facebook group. Good day. Traded it the FT, the ForteTrader way. I got a few bucks to finish the day. Not bad return considering it was a total of 8 minutes. Not bad. Boom! This is one of our bigger traders here. And guys, I taught this guy personally, knew nothing about trading. Nothing about trading. Came from a finance background, never traded before. Taught this guy, he went 4 contracts in less than 48 hours. He made $3,100, and this guy consistently keeps making money on these trades. This is a wheat corn spread. He's consistently, in fact, just spoke to him this weekend, and he is in a trade again. This guy loves this trade, and that's what he does. This is another person, an individual that's in our group. He's experienced, but he shared with me some winnings, and it was inspiring that he shared with our group his winnings. He has a lot of experience too in spreads. Not going to disclose the name, but that's one of his gains over there. Hey, look, guys. I want to thank you for watching this little introduction here on spread trades. It's not just spread trades. We can get you way far beyond the dark side, pull you out of that dark side, and get you trading more efficiently. Whatever it is, we'll start you in future spreads. We'll get you accustomed to our charts. We use trading you for our charts. That's the only thing that we really pay for. And it's worth it because everything else we get for free from the brokers, the platforms, and all this stuff, plus yourself, you'll get your enrollment money back as rebate once you start trading. But then you can take, with our TradingView setups, with our workspace that we share with you, you can take that and go back and share with us in the group. I'll work with you on a few different stuff, stock options and things like this. I like buying cheap premium. I know how to look for them. I've been doing that one for years before this. Now that my charting has become even more stellar, I've learned how to dominate the business on making money there. They become boring trades because you're not involved in them every day. But every 3 to 4 weeks, a nice home run paycheck is not bad, guys. So anyway, just want to thank you guys for coming and watching this. This is our latest recorded webinar for November 1st, 2020. If you need any questions answered, you can email over here to support@ForteTrader.com. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. And yeah, man, I look forward to helping you guys out. We've got women in our group too now. We've got men, women from all walks of ages, races, everything. Everyone wants to learn this stuff. I think people are a little bit fed up with a little bit of the stuff they've gone through. Trust me, I've been in this business 10 years now. Only 5 good years now lately, and I'm thankful for it. First 5 was a nightmare. And occasionally I get reminded of that too. But because we keep things diverse, I don't let me bleed. Because we keep it diverse, okay? So hopefully that's about it, guys and gals. I plan on being back at YouTube here soon, too. You should get a lot more of me at YouTube. If you see us there, subscribe, like, put the little bell icon, and things like that. Do that, too. And also, you'll learn a lot from there, too. People have emailed me and said that they've learned things just watching the little bit of YouTube that we have. Also look out and see if I make it this year, this upcoming new year, into the World Cup Trading Championship. What my strategy is, I'm planning on doing so. I think I'm going to do really well. I want to represent the team, not just myself. I want to represent the school, ForteTrader, and the group, okay, as a whole, as who we are. So look forward for that. Again, even if I maybe join a little late in the year, it's okay. I think I can catch up and kick everyone's butt. What do you guys think? I think the people that know me know that I can do that. Anyways, so again, thanks for watching. I hope you learn what future spreads really are. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. You got to be in the right group to maybe guide you a little bit, just a little bit, unless you're self-guided like I was. And then have the right tools. Get the right tools and be cost efficient about it when you're learning, okay? We give you simulation platforms here where you can sim all this while you're learning too for free. Okay, so other than that, guys, thanks again. All right, happy trading, and everybody be safe out there.